More than 50,000 people in just a 24-hour span have signed on to a Change.org petition requesting Congress expel Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, this doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot, right? Let's be totally honest about that. Congress does not even have to look at these petitions. They hold no, legally binding anything for Congress, so they don't have to listen, and I'm sure Congress will not, in fact, listen. And let's be honest, there's actually not enough numbers in Congress to actually expel Marjorie Taylor Greene from that body. However, I 100% agree that Marjorie Taylor Greene should be expelled from Congress. Now, this latest petition actually came about as a result of Taylor Greene's comments late last week, where she compared having to wear a mask on the House floor if she's not vaccinated to the Holocaust. She thinks those two things are indistinguishable. Don't infect other people versus let's exterminate an entire race of people. There's no difference in her warped little mind between those two events. So yes, people were rightfully furious about these comments. They started this petition. And of course, this is not the first controversy that Taylor Greene has been involved in. In fact, this woman has been nothing but controversy after controversy since finally coming to Congress. That's all she does. And to be honest, that's why I think that her own constituents need to get behind these petitions and these calls for her expulsion. Because when you get down to it, she's done nothing for them. I recently did a video asking, what was the purpose of Republicans in Congress anymore? Because they don't do anything. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually the best example of that. Hell, she's already been stripped of all of her committee assignments, so she has no power at all in the U.S. House of Representatives. She could do nothing, basically. And even if she could do something, she would still be doing nothing other than, of course, sparking controversies. So what is the purpose of even having her in that body other than to go out there and embarrass the Republican Party? And, of course, embarrass her constituents. The only reason she even won, by the way, is because she's in a deep red district and she ran unopposed, and she still only got, 74% of the vote. So even when you don't have an opponent, if you still only score, 3/4 of the vote, yeah, that's a problem. So I'm hopeful that maybe her constituents are going to vote her out, that maybe she'll have a tough primary challenger that will make her a one-term member of Congress. But I do think that her constituents and the entire Republican Party need to open their eyes and understand the damage that this woman is doing to them. I have not been shy about stating that I firmly believe there is something mentally wrong with Marjorie Taylor Greene. You can't watch that video that recently came out from actually, I think 2 years ago, where Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to scream at AOC through the little mail slot on her door. This woman is clearly not all there. And it's embarrassing for her constituents and for the Republican Party. So they should be the ones signing this petition. They should be the ones pushing Congress to get her the hell out of there. She doesn't make your party look good. She makes you all look like crazy lunatics. Hell, as Liz Cheney put it, evil lunatics. Because that's what she is. And that is the brand that she is creating for your party. Let's not forget, she's out on tour right now with Matt Gaetz of all people, because I'm sure that's going to help her reputation, going around attacking fellow Republicans, saying that they're still going to continue to challenge the 2020 election. This woman is a blight on the Republican Party, and the longer they let her sit there and fester, the worse it is for them. So I'm glad this petition is out there. I'm glad it has more than 50,000 signatures in just over one day. But they need the Republican signatures, and Republicans need to wake up and understand that this woman is not doing you any favors. And if anything, she's dragging your entire party down to her level. And that level is one that can barely win elections, even when you're running unopposed. That's where you're headed, Republicans, if you don't get rid of Marjorie Taylor Greene.